Oh, hi everybody. This is Kat and I'm Pat and we are the Silly Girls. We're doing our inaugural Silly Girls adventure today. We're going to Lake Manly, about what, 2.5 miles? Yeah. 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours from where we are. So this is a little off the beaten path to Death Valley. So we're heading over to our neighbor and we're going to drive there and maybe take some pictures along the way and talk about that, and then we'll see you in Death Valley.
Yep.
All right, we'll see you in a bit. All right, so we are well on our way on a road trip. We've hit Pahrump, Nevada, and we're stopping for breakfast at a recommended diner called Mom's. Coincidentally, as we get out of our car, and there's Kat, the silly sister, we found the Secret Sisters boutique right next to where we're going to have breakfast at Mom's. So as we cruise through Pahrump, it's kind of interesting. We looked it up. It's settled originally by the Paiute or the Pi Indian tribe. And Pahrump is named after what they called Pahrumpi, which is the water rock. So it looks like we have a high water table here. And then, of course, it was settled with a lot of ranching, alfalfa and whatnot, and then they went to livestock. So that's kind of the brief history of Pahrump, and we're going to go have a wonderful breakfast at Mom's, and then we're going to hit the road again. Up to the Badlands, we're at Zabriskie Point, and we're about 6 miles from the visitor center, and we're going to head up the hill to Zabriskie Point and kind of get the view and see what it's all about out here. And it's quite a walk. If you see here, it's quite the walk up the hill, and we're going to go see how this works out. So we're going to head up that way and take a walk up the hill, and then we get to the top, hopefully have a spectacular view. Yeah, up the hill, down the hill, it's all good. So we're hitting the last leg till we get to the top. It's quite steep. But the view is going to be definitely worth it as we go up this hill. It's amazing. If we pan out, we're back to the sand. Don't know what kind of stone that is. Freaking amazing though, beautiful. And it's quite a ways. Nice steep little short walk up.
Up being the operative
Up
word.
being, yeah. It's a beautiful day for it today. So we are at the top of Zabriskie Point with a fantastic view. I don't think it gets much better than this, that's for sure. There we are at the top of the point. I think our goal today is down there. So after enjoying this view for a little bit, a little bit of view of the mountain, Tops up there, a little snow. We have snow and heat and everything all in one place. So we're gonna head on our way. We hit a beautiful stop along the way here, and we're gonna work our way down to Furnace Creek, the Badlands or Badwater, and then Lake Manly. So again, we're at the top of Zabriskie Point. And the way Zabriskie Point got its name is actually named after the president of the Pacific Borax Company. Mr. Zabriskie saw not only the mining out here, but also the transition from mining to tourism, and thus the name Zabriskie Point. So the interesting rock formation you see out here is actually a combination of silt, volcanic ash, and clay that washed to the bottom of the lake that was out here. And you see the top strip of black in the background, that's also formed from volcanic activity as well. So definitely we have many layers of very interesting rocks and formations out here. So again, here's the vista of what we're looking at, Zabriskie Point. Okay, well, we finally made it. We're at Lake Manly, Badwater. Just kind of do a nice scan around here. There it is. So for those of you who don't know, Badwater is 282 feet below sea level. It is the lowest elevation in the Western Hemisphere. Unfortunately, I'd give you really good information as to the lowest elevation in the world. But out here in this beauty that we call nature, there is no cell service. So unfortunately, I have no idea what it is, but hopefully by the end of this video, I will have an idea and pass that information on.
Hey, 1,300.
So, Kat, we found the lowest in the Western Hemisphere. What's the lowest elevation in the world?
It's 1,360 feet in the Dead Sea.
There you go. So now we know, we are smarter and wiser. So there is the lowest places in the earth. With that map, we have found the Dead Sea and the Eastern Hemisphere, and then a mere 282 in the west.
Now you can sleep tonight.
Yes. So behind Kathy is Telescope Peak, which is the highest elevation in the park here. That is at 11,049 feet. So where the snow is Telescope Peak, and that's the best way I love to see snow, is way off in the distance, as I am wearing shorts and a t-shirt right now. So as we're walking out to Lake Manly, this is a fluvial lake in Death Valley. This was usually a dry lake bed until you get a certain amount of rain that happens. This year, August, we had Hurricane Hillary filled the lake. And actually you're able to canoe and boat in here. And then just a couple of weeks ago, the wind blew and blew the bulk of the water about 2 miles north of here. So now we can no longer kayak into the lake because the water's too shallow. And then, like this past weekend, the wind blew and blew some of the water back. And even though it's still too shallow to canoe in, we're still able to walk up and actually go into Lake Manly. And one of the rare occasions, have water to put our feet in it. As a matter of fact, the last year that there was enough water to actually have an accountable amount of water was 2005. So we're looking at 19 years since we've had water out here. So this is an exciting little trip. We have a lot of people out here enjoying the day, enjoying the chance to actually sit in Death Valley and put some toes in water. We're making our way out there. You can see Kathy and Renee straight ahead, walking out that way. You're gonna get your feet wet. Hi, Saline. Our feet are gonna be totally dry when we come back. Luckily, we have packed water to rinse our feet off, because otherwise it'll be quite grody on the way back. So here we are, sitting in the salt water with our feet. It's probably, what, 77 degrees right now?
The air, the water's warmer.
Warm, yeah. How's it feel on our feet right now?
It feels warm, but the
Sharp.
the salt is sharp.
So we definitely packed a couple of jugs of water to rinse our feet off when we get back to the car. So we're going to mosey out a little bit farther and see how far we can get on this. Definitely too shallow for kayaking, that's for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. It's enough for wading. It's probably about that deep. I don't think much deeper than that. So if we go out farther, we'll see how it's looking out there.
Show them the people out there are only barely up covering their knees.
Yep. Oh yeah. So we should be able to get out there and see it out there.
Now look at that.
Well, it's still Pat's trying to take a picture.
Oh, I'm actually taking a video. So talk
Look
about
at
it, Renee.
These little salt crystals like growing out from here, and like this one hasn't because this was a part touching the ground, but all of this is grown on top of that, and you could see the little lines coming out. Woo! Sheets. Look, you can move the whole sheet.
Move it.
The water's so saturated, it's crystallizing on top of the water.
Yeah, look at this.
Yeah.
Dang.
Well, we're back home again. We made it. Survived the trip. Had adventures. Went and saw
Fabulous.
a bunch of amazing sights out in the desert. So
Met some cool people.
a lot of cool people.
Yes.
Yeah, had some fun. And we hope to improve on this a little bit. Again, inaugural, first time out. We're only going to get better. So we'll see you guys next time. Hopefully we'll be doing Oatman.
Yes.
So next week you'll have a video of Oatman. So,
Yes.
yeah, perfect. Thanks, guys.
See ya.